Hello, I'm Nick Fitzherbert. I coach the business community in presentation skills where I build in the rules of magic. I've also just written a book called Presentation Magic. Now, one of the things I talk about in my coaching is rule number 4 of the rules of magic, which states that the brain filters out most of the information that it takes in, leaving only what it considers to be important. So it's vital when we're making a presentation that we make our messages important to our audience. Now, there's a wonderful magician who showed me a great test that demonstrates this principle. It was shown to me by David Berglas. David used to be the president of the Magic Circle. He's known as the International Man of Mystery. And you can do it if you're wearing a wristwatch. So what I would ask you to do now is, if you're wearing a wristwatch, without looking at it, cover it over. And consider the answer to this question. At the hour points, what sort of markings has your wristwatch got? Has it got numbers, in which case are they Arabic numbers or Roman numbers? Perhaps it's got dashes, maybe it's got dots. But before you have a look, I'm going to ask you to pause for a moment, because many people, when asked such a question, find it difficult to give an answer. They're looking at their watch all day, every day, and yet somehow that information has not registered sufficiently for them to be able to remember it when asked. Well, have a look now. Yeah, mine has got dashes. Maybe yours was a surprise to you. Cover it up again, and I'm going to ask you, what have you got at the number 3 position? Well, you might naturally think there's a number 3 or a dash. In fact, many watches have a little window, like mine does, which shows the date. Again, this is information that doesn't necessarily register in people's brains. Cover it up again, please. And I'm going to ask you this question. Has it got a second hand? Surely you know whether it's got a second hand. Actually, many people struggle to remember whether it's got a second hand. Have a look now and check. Yes, mine has got a second hand. Cover it up again, and if it has got a second hand, does that second hand move in a step movement like that, or does it move in a sweep movement? You might be surprised at the answer to that. Have a look and check. Cover it up one more time, please, and now consider the answer to this question. What time is it right now? Many people find it difficult to answer that. They've just looked at their watches 3 or 4 times, and yet the time did not register. As David Berglas says, you looked but you didn't see. So, when we're doing a presentation, we need to make our message important to the audience. As to how you do that, well, it's in my book, Presentation Magic. It's published by Marshall Cavendish, and it's available now.